Kevin Owens makes major return as he revenge on CM Punk during WWE live event. Welcome back to Wrestling Rush News, your favorite pit stop for pure, unadulterated second-hand adrenaline. Before we dive into the absolute mayhem that went down this weekend, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, slam that notification bell icon, and lock yourself in, because we have a wild ride ahead of us today. Now, if you thought WWE live events were just glorified house shows where wrestlers go to stretch their legs, share a laugh, and sell some bright yellow foam fingers, you might want to reconsider. Because over the weekend, a non-televised event suddenly transformed into a full-scale battleground featuring personal vendettas, flying steel chairs, and a sharp reminder that revenge is a dish best served live and uncensored. Let us set the stage properly. The arena was buzzing, the smell of lukewarm cheese nachos was thick in the air, and the crowd was expecting a routine evening of high-flying action and fun fan interaction. Instead, they received a front-row seat to pure, unfiltered chaos. CM Punk was in the ring, holding court like he owns the square circle, soaking up every bit of attention from the crowd. He was doing what he does best, holding a microphone, sporting that familiar smirk, and looking like a man who genuinely believes he is immune to consequences. Enter Kevin Owens. Out of absolute nowhere, the Prizefighter made a jaw-dropping return that sent the entire arena into full-blown pandemonium. The roof did not just shake, it almost flew off the building and landed somewhere in the next town. Kevin Owens did not walk out to deliver a calm, measured 20-minute monologue about his emotions or his inner peace. He didn't come out to wave at the fans or throw t-shirts into the front row. He sprinted down that ramp with the speed and intensity of a runaway freight train that completely forgot how brakes operated. Before the security team could even process what was happening, Kevin Owens threw himself into the ring and launched a furious, unscripted-looking assault directly at CM Punk. We're talking about pure, unadulterated payback. Punches were flying in every direction, the ring ropes were shaking, and CM Punk looked like he had just been hit by a heavy delivery truck while trying to enjoy a quiet stroll. The crowd went completely berserk, pulling out their phones to record every second of the mayhem, knowing they were witnessing something truly special that was not on the original script. Now, to truly understand why this moment felt so explosive, you have to look at the history between these two superstars. This isn't just a basic cookie-cutter wrestling feud built over a couple of weeks on social media. This rivalry is a long-simmering stew of real-life tension, petty grievances, and 2 decades of history that dates all the way back to their early days on the independent wrestling circuit. Think back to 20 years ago, back when both men were fighting for scraps, traveling in broken-down sedans and wrestling in high school gyms for room-temperature hot dogs. Legend has it that back in Ring of Honor, CM Punk took a shot at a young Kevin Owens over his wrestling gear, specifically a shirt Owens wore during a match. Owens, trying to break the tension with a little humor after his match, asked Punk if he was happy with his outfit. Punk did not find it funny at all and chewed him out in front of the whole locker room. That single awkward interaction planted a seed of resentment that spent 20 long years slowly growing into a giant beanstalk of hatred. Fast forward to today, and both men are multi-time world champions, absolute legends of the business, and household names. Yet, despite all the money, fame, and success, that old tension never really went away. They're like two alpha dogs forced to share the same backyard, constantly marking their territory and waiting for the other one to slip up. When CM Punk returned to WWE, everyone wondered how long it would take for these two explosive personalities to collide. Kevin Owens made it crystal clear in interviews that they were not friends, they did not talk, and they had no interest in sharing a cup of coffee. So when Kevin Owens made his big return to the ring after surviving a career-threatening neck injury that kept him out of action for 17 painful months, you knew the collision course was set. Winning that high-stakes fatal four-way at SummerSlam was just the appetizer. Landing a brutal attack on CM Punk at a live event was the main course. What makes this specific attack so fascinating is the setting. Live events are usually where wrestlers stick to safe routines, entertain the kids, and head home without taking major risks. But Kevin Owens choosing a live show to execute his payback shows just how personal this entire situation has become. He didn't wait for the bright lights of a televised broadcast. He didn't wait for a special pay-per-view package with dramatic music playing in the background. He saw an opening, took a detour through the curtain, and decided to settle the score right then and there. CM Punk barely had time to react. He tried to scramble away, using the ring posts for cover, but Owens was relentless, driving him into the barricades and leaving the self-proclaimed best in the world looking completely stunned on the canvas. The security team eventually swarmed the ring like a bunch of nervous bodyguards, separating the two angry veterans before things got completely out of hand. But the damage was already done. The message was sent, loud, clear, and in high definition. This sudden ambush leaves the WWE Universe with a ton of massive questions. Is CM Punk going to let this slide, or is he already plotting a counterattack that will blow the roof off the next show? How will the authority figures handle a rogue superstar running wild at live events without warning? One thing is absolutely certain. The battle line is in permanent ink. The tension between Kevin Owens and CM Punk is no longer a slow burn. It's a full-blown forest fire, and everyone in the locker room is standing back and grabbing their popcorn. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a comment below with your thoughts, hit that like button, and I will see you in the next one.